Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where normally we have a whole panel of real estate experts to share with you what's going on within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. But tonight, you've just got me, Elijah Lewis of Florida in Motion Realty. They call me the Prince of Real Estate here on Near Disney. And yeah, we'll just kick things off with the theme song. Got some cool topics about Disney to share with you, as well as some things that are going on around Orlando and insights on the real estate market. Right, fireworks getting things going, getting close to the 4th of July, actually, 250th year of America's birthday. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if who you are, where you're watching from, if you got anything to say or comment about what we're talking about, or got any questions for me. You're never interrupting. This is all about viewer engagement. So I'll just kind of kick things off with an article here about some at Magic Kingdom. Yeehaw! Jesse's Roundup just opened early at Magical Kingdom. So, Blog Mickey, nice little website that covers all things to do with the Disney parks specifically, shared some coverage about this attraction that's opened at the Diamond Horseshoe in Magic Kingdom, arriving ahead of the official Cool Kids Summer start date. Yes, that May 26th came a little bit early. The Toy Story theme at activation runs through September 8th, 2026. So basically, that's given you just some good time to get hyped for Toy Story 5, of course. If you're wanting to, like, if you're a parent and your kid is getting excited about it, you want to give them like an immersive experience with these characters. Yeah, it's basically all part of dancing, yodeling alongside of Andy's favorite toys. And so basically, the Diamond Horseshoe made room for kids to run around in air conditioned space, and the Toy Story theming franchise. They got some good pictures here. Just want to pull through this. They've got the character costumed people here, a high spirited Western revue, basically. So this is, yeah, beautiful, just in that old Western-y, it's very appropriately themed because Woody's like a cowboy toy. Western-y themed area of Disney where you go into the Diamond Horseshoe. And yeah, you've got till September to check out that attraction. I love how they've staged this space. If you got a favorite toy in Andy's toy box, or I guess now it's Bonnie's toy box, you can let us know in the chat. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, they've even got the horseshoe theme, like Bullseye. I think that's the name of the horse that Jesse and Woody ride in Toy Story. The games along the perimeter are first come, first serve, with no tickets or reservations required. 4 options were spotted by Blog Mickey: upright horseshoes, like a ring toss kind of game, and then like a throwing game similar to cornhole, a visual maze to complete, and a spot the difference game featuring 10 differences to find. So yeah, try to throw a little lasso around these horseshoes, get the beanbag in daffodil. That's cute. There's the maze. Yep, spot the difference. So yeah, good to like kid-centric fun. Sometimes the rides get a little intense, even for adults, even for Disney adults. So sometimes stuff that's a little more leisurely, a little more cute, still get to enjoy all the theming of Disney's park attractions. That's some good stuff. And of course, Toy Story 5, just a reminder, hits theaters June 19th. So just like a little over a week from now, you're going to get to see them interact with iPads replacing toys. And even as a realtor, I will say that it's kind of funny to see more and more of the iPad kid situation come in. Yeah, I will say that the showings when kids are involved have gotten less rowdy, a little less raucous. They do just kind of sit and enjoy the technology out like the front room by the foyer while the parents go check it out. So yeah, has its advantages. Also wanted to throw open a little spotlight on this new food hall, Eola Food Hall, that's opening in the fall of 2025. Some new information has come out about this, and some of this concept art looks absolutely beautiful. A lot of variety from curry to pizza to salad, all coming through here. Basically, it's going to Elevate the liveliness and charm of the local area, introducing a modern amenity to the downtown where the surrounding communities can collaborate and gather. So basically, it's a two-story, 1,500 square foot food hall with a bar and a speakeasy and the best of local eats. Spotlight the culinary diversity of the area, serve as a flat platform for local chefs and entrepreneurs to interact with patrons. So that's cool. Yeah, basically, they've got some stuff here to tantalize you with. I know we stream roughly around the dinner hour, and so sorry if we're gonna tempt you a bit too much. But yeah, so basically, yeah, get ready for Eola Food Hall. It'll be coming, yep, in the fall. As we get more information on the timeline, let us know. But there are some really cool food halls just around the Orlando area in addition to this. Mills Market is super awesome. Like it has the Asian eats and shops, everything from Bond Me Boy, Cafe and Bakery, Uni Girl, Kai Kai Barbecue and Dumplings, Saigon Snow, and of course a Cowboy Curry. Yeah, just tons of good stuff. Yeah, you cannot if you haven't checked out this spot yet. This is actually there's lots of really good Asian food there. And actually, I just went out with friends to check out another food hall called the Great Southern Box Company, where they also have like this outdoor grass space where people were doing like yoga and Pilates and like those kinds of events. You get inside and yeah, you could take your stuff outside to go too. Lots of really diverse food at the Great Southern Box Company. They had like a Brazilian steak. They had Thai. There was a place to get some boba tea. They had like some award-winning pizza that they said has won like for like best in Orlando. So yeah, lots of great stuff there. I'm definitely, yeah. Oh, the Cuban place was really good too. So yeah, totally worth checking that out with a group. One of those things you're like, oh, I gotta come back here multiple times to check out everything. So we'll throw things over to the real estate market side of things. Saw this uh, talk lately about how things are going with pricing. Maybe a bit. Some areas of the Orlando area are starting to see inventory sit for longer. And it's hard to say anything is good news or bad news because it's like the bad news for the seller is great news for the buyer. Great news for the buyer is sometimes bad news for the seller. So we try to be a transaction broker where we help both sides of the purchase get the best deal possible, or everyone make everyone happy. Or if we're just representing you, we become sharks for our people. But this is just from listing reports. It's trying to highlight the risks of pricing your home too high, and they offered forth key points that are something to factor in when we're sitting down together at that listing appointment with the initial pricing strategy where it comes together. Some realtors are just going to try to get the listing from you, promise you the moon, and they do like the waiting game where it's like, okay, we had a bunch of showings that went nowhere, so now let's cut the price. A lot of people don't really respect that strategy. We try to just get things right and be real with you right up from the front. So pricing your home too high lowers offers. Overpricing can reduce buyer interest, leading to fewer offers and a lower final sale price. Typically, there's that first 2 weeks where your listing is the new hottest commodity on the market and people want to check it out. And there's like that factor of FOMO, like, oh, they just listed, I better bring my highest and best offer. They're always asking you, oh, do you have any other offers in hand right now? They start to worry about that more. But there's also a part of human psychology where it's like people only want to oftentimes present an offer if they feel like it's going to be accepted. Sometimes sellers get too conscious about like, oh, well, they'll present us a low ball and we'll counter back and forth a few times and then we'll get there. Just a lot of people don't want to play the counter offer game, unfortunately, especially if there's like a crowded market. Like there's just something about pride or nervousness where they just like, or they're just too polite. They don't want to offend the seller. So they just rather not offer at all rather than try to lowball sometimes. Longer time on the market. Homes that sit too long can make buyers wonder what's wrong, weakening your position. Yeah. Once you start to get a couple months on the market, they stop asking you, do you have any other offers in hand right now? Yeah, but sometimes you do. It's wild. There will be a time where we'll get our buyer together and It's like there's been a home that's been sitting, and suddenly that week just so happens to be the time when there's three offers on the home. And but hey, you can never count on that. Lost buyer momentum. Multiple price cuts can signal that the home was overpriced from the start. Or maybe people will just think that, okay, if you cut the price last week and you cut the price this week, maybe I won't bother to make an offer just in case you cut the price again next week. So we try to mix things up, not try to seem too predictable. All part of our master plan. Fewer potential buyers. Pricing too high can push your home outside of many buyers' search ranges. That is especially to be conscious about round numbers like 50 and 100 or 100,000. Some people will just, especially they'll ask their agents, like, everything, nothing 800,000 or more. And so that's why you sometimes see those homes that are priced like 799,000, just so that they still get in the search range, or 549,000, just in case the agent was setting like 50 as the round number cutoff. So definitely a good conversation there, something that we go in depth and talk about for sure. And I will say, I saw this other article here from floridarealtors.org that was talking about market myths that keep buyers and sellers on hold. So there are some things that sometimes people, they get their own ideas or they get their own gut feelings about what the market is. And they're not really looking at the comps or not really looking at the broader market data to get that. So we do like to set some things straight about misconceptions about inventory, mortgage rates, or market timing. Some people think they can time the market, not just in the stock market, but real estate. But, we are going to look at the local data in the neighborhoods that you're interested to tell the full story. You try to have some clear fact-based conversations. So basically 3 myths are keeping customers on the sidelines as far as buyers in this market today. So inventory is about to flood the market and crash prices. Like sometimes people say, like, yeah, like I know the market's about to crash. Like, really? How do you know that? It's like, oh, they weren't really basing it on anything. They just thought that it was inevitable or that something's going crazy with politics and, therefore it's going to happen. Mortgage rates must return to 3%. Like some people, they're kicking themselves that they missed that window when the mortgage rates were in like the high 2s to the low 3s. Unfortunately, assuming that that's going to happen, just it's not what the data bears out right now. We, of course, have lenders who are working to provide the best information about programs and packages that they have that they can offer, or stuff like Hometown Heroes getting funded again, or doctors loans or things like that. Talk to us. We've got a network of lenders who our people have worked with before. Maybe find the one who's got the best program for you. But as far as getting things down to 3%, I mean, unless you were dealing with some really good seller financing or a transferable rate, I just don't know about that. So none of those scenarios are supported by the current conditions. Or just, the third one is waiting will automatically produce a better buying opportunity. Well, I don't want to be that pessimistic. There's always a house. There's always something beautiful is going to come along. We definitely believe that, you're not doomed if you miss the one house that you fell in love with. But sometimes if you want something really specific in a small area, like our town of Celebration, the one that was built by Disney, kind of a relatively small town. And if you have your eye on a specific street, or you want it to be on that street and one story and have a pool, a situation like this might apply, where it's like, yeah, it could be years potentially if you decided to wait. But yeah, so naturally, inventory remains tight in some markets. Many homeowners are locked into a low mortgage rate and won't sell, which continues to constrain supply. That's kind of the biggest reason why we're not talking about a crash that people say must be coming because of the economy or because of inflation or because of the politics. It's kind of like the crash pretty much pertains to a flood of inventory, way more sellers than buyers. And there's in some markets it's going a little bit in that direction, but like in the market we're in with Celebration, Florida, it is a pretty slim inventory right now, and some of the good stuff selling fast, partially because of like some of the FOMO and the people wanting to get ahead of that potential property tax elimination situation. And I'll also just share a little bit. I'll play for you this beautiful rental property that we have for sale, for rent in Celebration Island Village right now, as I share a little bit about the market there. Rental market is even more tight, I would say, than the sale market in Celebration, Florida right now. There were just, hold on, I think I want to make sure I got the number right. Yeah, there were just 27 total rentals in Celebration, Florida at this time. And single family home rentals, like if you need single family, this is a 4-bedroom home, 2.5 bath right here. And it has an office and also has that beautiful Mediterranean style. There are only 7 single family homes for rent in Celebration. And this is the only one that's in Island Village, the new construction area of Celebration. So if you kind of rather be in that newer construction build, barely anyone's lived in it, it's, not too worn from being lived in now, like those carpets look nice there. Yeah, so this is a potentially a good opportunity for you. 2116 Celebration Boulevard. It is right in that sort of town center area of Island Village, across the street from like Scoop Ice Cream and the barbershop, and Taco Don Andres, and oh goodness, I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, Coffee for the Soul. Great brunch spot. So good stuff, and all the walking. I really love the clubhouse at Island Village. I really think they have one of the best pools and one of the best places for getting the fitness center. And of course, they did just build the new elementary school there. So you got young kids just like walkable to this. Absolutely. That people who were renting it last time had kids that utilized that. Loved it. It just sometimes, you wish they'd stay and rent forever, but life changes on you. So, so that's a little glimpse of good rental inventory in Island Village Celebration. And I had, oh man, I have one more article here. I have no power over what the ads on the side of the article look like, so please, I apologize for that. But this is a good article. Orlando once again named best city in America for staycations. New article just came out today. Was recently named the best city in the U.S. for enjoying vacations basically from home. Wallet Hub announced their list, and Orlando once again came on top. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to just tell you this so that you don't have to look at these ads. I'm really, really sorry. Over 180 cities across 3 key dimensions: recreation, food and entertainment, and rest and relaxation. I know that's too many R's. Like raggy. Those dimensions were broken down into more than 40 key indicators, including parks per capita, average restaurant meal prices, public beaches per capita, and idealness of summer weather. It's starting to get to that part where we're getting that rain in the afternoon. Things are getting nice and lush out there. The crepe myrtles are coming into bloom. And everything's getting green. Love it. We just had like the gardenia blooming season recently. That's my favorite kind of flower on the bushes that we got here. It smells like perfume. Just want to pluck one of those off the bushes and rub it on you. So basically graded on a 100-point scale, the 100 representing the most favorable conditions. Orlando earned a top overall score of 65.13 out of all those 100 metrics, ranking it first in food and entertainment. The City Beautiful also ranked highly on the list for rest and relaxation, 7th. So, yep, we were killing it as far as those metrics go. There's so many things to do in Celebration, in Orlando, Central Florida in general. So I could totally see it. That's what's so great, especially when some of those things open, like what we talked about with the Eola Food Hall that's going to be coming. Always something new coming into the Orlando area. Well, thanks for sticking with me for the stream today. It was just me. The other fine women who normally join me in the show had other things going on tonight. So hope you got something out of this. And if you have any questions about Orlando or the real estate market, if you're trying to buy or sell, my phone number is here on the screen for you. Happy to get to know you personally outside of just the chat. I got Kim Hawk commenting here, say the best realtor ever. Hey, that is a glowing endorsement. I'll take it. Always happy to serve people in our area and just build my channel of friends. So I'm going to throw it over to Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, to sign us out. Appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe so we can continue to grow the channel, bring you more good news. Take care, everyone.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.